Well, let's take a look at how the standings were impacted with some of the final scores around the league tonight. The Flames took to the ice to lock up with the Ducks. Calgary picks up the 2 points in the overtime win. The Kraken played on the road against the Coyotes. Seattle turns it up to another level in this one, and they pick up the win. The Jets were in a dogfight on the road against the Blackhawks. Winnipeg partied it up with an offensive display en route to the win. Time for a quick break, but we got a lot more coming up on the ice next. Okay, everybody, let's take a quick look at some of the final scores around the league tonight. The Penguins were hoping to fly high on the road against the Flames. Pittsburgh takes this one thanks to a strong defensive effort. The Avalanche paired up with the Capitals. Colorado put in a gritty effort and were able to scratch out the victory. The Canadiens were hoping to play spoiler against the Lightning. Tampa takes this one in overtime. Don't go anywhere. We've got much more here on the show. Well, busy night in the National Hockey League. Let's see what happened elsewhere on the ice. The Blue Jackets had an on-ice collision with the Senators. Columbus punched on through thanks to the shootout victory, and they get the 2 points. The Sharks were on the road to take on the Maple Leafs. San Jose terrorized their opponents. Where have we heard that before? And they pick up the win. The Bruins look to run roughshod over the Sabres. Boston proved to be a little too much to handle in this night. Don't even think about touching that dial or touching that button. We've got plenty more on the ice, and that's next. Was there any volatility in the standings across the NHL tonight? Well, let's take a look at some of the final scores to find out. The Sabres faced off against the Capitals. Buffalo took home the 2 points thanks to coming up big in the shootout. The Blues took to the ice to battle the Avalanche. Colorado posts the win with a strong defensive front when it mattered most. The Jets were hoping their offense would show up in a big way against the Predators. Nashville takes this one on the heels of a great performance in goal in the shutout victory. We got to take a quick break, but we got a lot more coming your way next. All right, at this time, let's get you caught up on all the action on the ice tonight. The Flames were hoping to take a bite out of the Red Wings. Calgary puts on a clinical offensive display in the win. Well, that's all she wrote for this one, but let's get you caught up on some of the other finals in the matchups tonight. The Flyers had their hands full with the Penguins. Pittsburgh takes this one in a fun one. The Caps went toe-to-toe on the road against the Rangers. Washington puts up a strong defensive front when it mattered most, and they get the win. A very special guest drops by on the show, and we'll do that next. Time to take a look at what happened around the league as we check in on some of the scores. The Sabres were on the road up against the Flames. Calgary takes the win in a very close game. The Bruins took on the Wild. Boston pounded their opponents into submission with a huge offensive effort. The Leafs were in a dogfight on the road up against the Capitals. Washington takes this one in overtime thanks to a spectacular effort in the overtime frame. All right, let's take a look at some of the final scores in the league tonight. The Ducks took to the road to match up with the Flames. Anaheim pile-drive their opponents with a huge offensive night. The Blues were hoping to come up with 2 points on the road against the Blackhawks. Chicago turns in a strong effort and they pick up the win. The Kraken paired up with the Avalanche. Colorado proves that offense is the difference in this one as they skate away with the win. Hey, a few more hot-button issues we got to get to. It's a jam-packed show tonight. Stick around. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and what went down tonight on the ice. The Bees were on the road to take on the Rangers. Boston took the W in a close one. The Ducks were looking to steal 2 against the Wild. Minnesota put on a show in this one, winning big. The Maple Leafs were looking to steal 2 points against the Kings. Los Angeles trampled the opposition on a night they just couldn't miss the net. Lots more puck talk coming your way, and we'll get to it next. All right, at this time, everyone, we'll catch you up on what went down in all the action in the league tonight. The Oilers faced off with the Sabres. Buffalo pulls one out in a nail-biter. The Red Wings were hoping to quiet the crowd on the road against the Wild. Minnesota tucks home the overtime winner. The Golden Knights took to the road to match up with the Islanders. Vegas picks up the win after needing a shootout to go the distance. Lots more to get to on the ice. Stay with us, everybody. Great night to be on the couch and watching hockey. Tons of scores around the league. Let's take a look at what went down. The Flames were hoping to grab 2 points up against the Golden Knights. Vegas talked up a confident game. They backed it up on the heels of a great effort in goal. Stick taps to the goalie because he was great. The Rangers took to the ice for a collision with the Devils. New Jersey perseveres in this one, and they get the victory. The Blackhawks had a tall order to fill as they tried to take 2 on the road against the Coyotes. Arizona tightens it up when they needed to most late, and they get the win. Hey, we got to take a quick pause for the cause, but we got a lot more on the other side. Don't even think about leaving us. Well, some fun, some drama, a little bit of everything on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at some of those scores around the league. The Golden Knights battled it out against the Flames. Calgary puts on a clinic to get the win. Hey, we've got some other final scores we want to get you caught up with around the league, and we'll do that now. The Kraken played on the road against the Sharks. Seattle technically superior in this one, and they skate away with the victory. The Sabres were in tough with the Jets. Winnipeg proves to be a little too much on this night, and they pick up the 2 points. We got a jam-packed show. We've got a lot more stuff we got to get to, so don't even think about going anywhere. Stay with us. Let's take a look around the league and some of the final scores out there tonight. The Flyers were looking to grab points on the road against the Islanders. Philadelphia teed up a victory in a tightly contested affair. The Penguins took to the ice to lock up with the Hurricanes. Pittsburgh pressed on, always persevered, and they get the win. The Maple Leafs were in a dogfight on the road again. And coming into this one, can he hit 50? That's what we're wondering. Right there on the cut line, can they hit that 50-goal mark? That would be a fun storyline to track as we inch closer and closer to puck drop. Ray Ferraro will join me up in the broadcast booth in just a few minutes. We'll get his thoughts as we get ready. All right, let's get all you poolies and all you hockey fans caught up on all the action out on the ice tonight. The Blackhawks were hoping to fly high on the road against the Lightning. Chicago posts a shutout with a strong defensive effort. The Kings were hoping to play spoiler against the Blues. Los Angeles takes this one in a nail-biter. We got to take a quick pause for the cause, but we got a lot more coming up on the other side. Stay with us. Hey, no shortage of action and drama on the ice tonight. Let's take a look at what happened elsewhere. The Sharks had an on-ice collision with the Kings. San Jose puts in a full 60-minute effort to pull this one out. The Flyers were on the road to take on the Lightning. Tampa Bay tops the opposition in a game that had a little bit of everything on this night. The Hawks look to run roughshod over the Senators. Ottawa plays pad the stat night with a strong offensive performance. We are as cool as ice, and we are bringing you many more stories from the NHL. We're doing it next. The moment of truth has arrived. Overtime is set to go. Oh, you can feel the tension in this arena. Sudden death overtime is underway. And he takes a shot. Grabs it with the glove. In front, and a stoppage on the play as the goaltender covers things up. A big face-off here inside the offensive end. Calgary's got a hold of the puck. Picked up along the boards by Draisaitl. Shabbat's moving it ahead. They've got the defense outnumbered. And that skips away on a nice defensive deflection. Moves it quickly over to Ovechkin.
Oh, you know he won.
Game on his stick! There it is! OT winner! The Flames are feeling much better about themselves as congratulations again, 50 goals in the season. You know, to this day, and it's always been revered as that magical mark. Ever since Rocket Richard hit it, how many years ago? And here we are even now after all these years, even in a different century, we still look to 50 as being a magical number in the National Hockey League. So congratulations on hitting 50. That's one time when you turn 50 that it's okay, right? All right, still to come here on the show, we will hear post-game reaction. Now let's take a look at some of the rest of the action tonight in the NHL. The Predators faced off against the Flames. Calgary powers their way to victory thanks to the OT winner. Well, with this one in the books, let's get you caught up on some of the other final results in the NHL tonight. The Devils took to the ice to battle the Avalanche. New Jersey topples the opposition with a strong effort at both ends. The Blue Jackets were hoping their offense would show up in a big way against the Wild. Columbus pads the stats on this particular night. Everybody gets in on the scoring action and the win. Hey, we got to pay a couple of bills here, but we got a lot more action we got to get to. Stay with us.